Oh, I didn't do it with capture H. God damn it.
Oh, that's fine. You can do it from the menu here. And welcome
Yeah.
to this Mega Random. Jeff, I believe this was Random Civ versus Random Civ. Jeff is playing as the Mayans. Jeff is playing as the Teutons. And Marshall is playing as the Mayans. So we're going to have Knights versus Archers here. So the Teutons, the crazy boomy Civ with their amazing farms and their incredibly tanky Knights. Or tanky but slow knights and defensive playstyle up against the Mayans, who get cheap archers and not the best eco bonus in the game, but definitely up there in contention with their longer lasting resources, which applies to everything. So they're excellent at staying in one place and fast castling and whatnot. And no scout calf start, so they're starting with scout horses.
So that from what I'm seeing, that extra resource bonus might come in handy since all of the gold piles are only 2.
There's oh my god. Okay, so first of all, there's not a lot of gold on the map, and every single instance of gold is 2 tiles. So you are right, that's definitely going to help the mines a lot, and that's going to put a giant spigot in any plan that relies long-term on gold. So that's definitely favoring the Mayan player. So we could see this game favor Marshall a lot more if he goes Halb Archer as his main unit comp with some sort of siege mixed in there. I think this is going to be kind of a bad race for Jeff with the Teutons, since the Teutons' best units are gold, so I think he's going to have to rely on booming for map control and controlling the map with all of this stone. Have you looked at the stone?
Yeah, each main has 2 big piles of stone, and then all of the other stone is also only 2 tiles.
So as the Teutons, that screams one thing to me, and I bet you know what it is.
Tower Rush.
No, but maybe. Tower Rush would actually be pretty great.
Or castle, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, Crenellation Castles. There is, let's see here, I have to do the math here. Out of your starting stone piles with 14, that's 4,900 stone without going outside of your base. And Crenellation Castle drops and like slow pushing with castles and like really beefy knights is how Jeff's gonna have to control this game on this. I just realized the outer edges. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. What is this Serengeti minus?
It's like bad Scandinavia. It's like Scandinavia, but we forgot the water.
Jeff did scout his, like, 6 hunt all in a pile.
Oh, wow, yeah, look at that. And he's immediately got a mill on that as well. So he's going 2 mil, drawing his board.
Oh, he just lost a Vil to the boar, though.
Oh, no, dude.
What's Marshall doing over here?
Marshall's got a crazy amount of people on wood right now. I don't know if he forgot to search for his extra sheep. He doesn't know where his second boar is right now, so I guess he's sort of in a panic mode right now.
Oh yeah, he scouted all up, but he didn't go down where all of his food is.
Yeah, up or down. Like, he hasn't found his hunt, he hasn't found his second boar, and he hasn't found literally just like the pile of water buffalo.
He's going for his stone already. No, it's a house. Never mind.
Oh, that'd be... No, he's... Because the stone... there's a bit of a gap between his tree line and the stone, but he is going for an early wall off there. Which, Jeff's not really... Neither of these players really do any early aggro. I mean, none of my friends really do, and I'm trying my hardest to push people towards it, but... Jeff was incredibly... You probably didn't know... Jeff probably didn't share it with you, but he was really happy. He was playing, or Jeff was playing an African clearing game, and he was like ridiculously close to his opponent just because that's how Nomad is sometimes. And instead of resetting like he tells me he normally does, he just ended up tower rushing, and it was like, really good. And the AI almost actually did everything required to fight out of it, but just mismanaged their first defensive tower, and then Jeff ate him up. So Marshall did eventually find his second boar. He's brought it to his mill.
He's scouting Jeff right now. Oh no!
Yeah, well, he just lost. Oh, he just lost the scout horse. That's huge for Jeff there. Now, without the scout horse, Jeff is going to have a ton of confidence going to Castle Age here, because he's going to be able to take positions up the mid here. I do want to say, does this map look bigger than tiny to you, or is this should be tiny? The map looks huge to me.
Yeah, it looks kind of big.
Very interesting. And as we were talking about that, Jeff is up to feudal. And it looks like Marshall is trying to fast castle. He's got so many people on 1 wood here. Jeff's
13 on wood.
Yeah, which depends.
I mean, you're playing the Mayans, I guess, archers, but like you need other things too.
So if I'm Jeff, right, I like what Jeff's doing here right now. Unfortunately, he doesn't have good food eco, and I think he's going to stall out a tiny bit in Feudal Age unless he uses the market to cheat. But if Jeff does cheat, I don't know if he wants to sell stone and get it back with all the people he has on stone this early. I'm kind of liking the fast castle here from Jeff. Like, Marshall isn't pressuring him. He's also fast castling himself. And again, I think this is all going to come down to if Jeff has the Teutons can get map control and get those early castles up to deny all the mid space against Marshall and then choke Marshall out. If Marshall can interrupt this somehow by just getting military out, those cheap archers, and just position them in areas where villagers can't move forward and you have to force Jeff into military, I think that's going to shift the balance here. But right now, I'm not... It doesn't look super good for Marshall.
Now he picks up. Holy shit.
Yeah, so the thing is, Marshall has like 1 billion wood. So the moment Marshall does get to feudal... He can put down like 3 archery ranges and all in castle to try and stop Jeff's boot. And I don't know if we'll see that. He needs a lot more on gold if he's gonna do that, but I don't want to talk about it, says Marshall. I wonder what, because we're seeing that 2 minutes behind, so I wonder what that was. That's really funny.
I forgot that they can hear us.
Yeah, but they can't talk back, so if you have any insults to throw at them... Like, Marshall, you are fine. Got him.
Oh, I wonder if that was me saying he's finally ticking.
Yeah. So Jeff has almost reached Castle Age here. I'd love to see him... He's got a lot on gold right now. I would love to see him just, like, move everyone to stone. Because... if we're going with the castle map control route, we don't really need gold for that. I think stone is a stupidly high priority for Jeff, and he's probably laughing right now seeing Marshall only just now getting to Feudal Age. I'm assuming Marshall's going crazy, I assume he's going to get a market down to sell off all of this excess wood he has. He's getting a gold mine up, and yeah. Marshall's food and wood economy is great. He's getting wheelbarrow only on 7 farms. Don't know about that one, but whatever. Just got a northern lumber camp with like half of his vills on it, a third of his vills on it.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. I think those are all of them that were on this mill previously.
So both players, like I said, they're fast castling right now, and they're both playing defensive, which of the 2 civilizations, no one plays better defense than the Teutons. Although the Mayans do get their cheap walls, so Marshall could put like 2 on stone and just stonewall everything and just delay the game until he gets like that murder ball of archers and halbs up to deal with whatever Jeff decides to send at him. But I think Marshall should have done, I don't know, some sort of... Like, he's so late right now. He's getting the double ranges up. Try to build that military, but the clock is ticking. Jeff's now getting a bunch of people on stone. He's gonna TC his 2nd stone, and Marshall has to go right now, because once these castles come down and Jeff imps and gets starts getting the murder army rolling right now, those castles are going to be so hard to deal with, because crenellation castles outrange bombard cannons. So Marshall's only choice is going to go for trebuchets.
I miss the what were they, obsidian arrows or...
Oh my god, so the Mayan unique tech for the Castle Age, instead of adding an extra projectile to your skirmishers, it severely increased the damage archers did to buildings, to the point that
+8.
It was insane. Like, you would have a death ball of archers and you would just go like and just like mow the lawn of your opponent's buildings. And it was even worse if you had a Saracen teammate whose your and your team's archers do more damage against buildings, like by +2. So it was a murder squad. First military coming down here. Jeff has got archers, or Marshall's got archers right now. He's got fletching and castle age on the way right now, but Jeff is getting those knights out. So we have to see Marshall prioritize getting those pikemen out, because these knights, especially with the extra armor they get as the Teutons, although it is melee armor, they are going to be really, really strong and sort of resist spearmen. Like, spearmen are not going to do a thing against these Teuton knights. We have an attack here. Jeff's scout horse is getting chased off. And there it is, the first castle for Jeff in the mid here. I would have liked to see... I know this castle's on a hill, but I would have loved to see this castle a bit more north on that stone and gold. We got knights here trying to head off, and... Alright, so there you go. So, that scout's horse dying sort of, gave away that, yes, Marshall is doing archers, which, I mean, yeah. So, what do you do right here? So, do you raid with these knights, or do you hard commit to the castle control in the mid? What do you think?
I mean, you've seen the archers. I don't think you've seen too many of them. I'd consider going in with what he has.
Yeah, especially with 5 knights, that can do so much damage to the eco, and yeah, and that's gonna force Marshall to go into pikemen as well and sort of bide time for the hard commit to archers. But again, I'm not really worried. I think the time window for early archer aggression has passed, and I think this balance has definitely shifted to Jeff, especially since now that Marshall is only now getting his second town center up now. And although both players are only on 2 TCs, Jeff does have the clear villager lead right now. So Marshall is definitely, even though nothing has happened yet really between the two players, Marshall is already sort of playing from behind. And we've got a fight here in the mid as Marshall's knights are actually getting deathballed down by the archers because they have the hill bonus. And very nice. So I'd love to see Marshall push forward with these. Another defensive castle going up by Jeff to protect his stone miners. That is going to be his game plan as Jeff goes into pikemen to try and further counter the knights. But again, that's what Botkin Arrow does to unupgraded knights, right? Because Jeff doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades yet.
He has a bad habit of forgetting his blacksmith early.
Not always. I'd give him a bit more credit than that, but there's been some times, and this castle is gonna go up in time before this force intercepts it, maybe? Maybe? No, yeah, definitely, and Marshall's gonna avoid that like the plague. So still only 2 TCs for both. One of the reasons why the Teutons are such a great booming civ is because of their amazing farms. I believe it's... Is it more food on their farms? Hold on.
No, that's Chinese, I think.
Yeah, I know that's Chinese. That's the... Oh my god. I don't play as the Teutons that long. It is, yeah, their farms cost 40% less. So, what I want to see from Jeff is way more farms than this and way more TCs. The problem is Jeff only has 7 on wood right now, so establishing that eco is going to be tough. And the crossbowmen have broken in and they will take down these knights. Horse armor is going to come in a bit too late for Jeff as he takes out a few of them. And these crossbowmen are going to raid. And this castle could get denied. It might. What do you think? No, it will be. And
yep.
Jeff's coming back. Excellent raid here.
Let's see. I would love to see ballistics from Marshall right now.
Yes, he has. Definitely has the wood. He has 17 on wood. He's got a great... I love Marshall's economy right now. He's got like the perfect amount on gold. He's got the perfect amount on wood to keep these cheap art crossbowmen pumping. And yes, he's got the upgrades for them. It depends on how much you value, like, because the thing is ballistics is so expensive in a vacuum. Like, you have to put up the university, and then it's 300 wood, right? That's 400, or that's 500 wood there. And it can be, if your economy isn't set up for it properly, it can just absolutely grind you. But again, like, I love Marshall's economy. He's going to be able to afford it. Defensive tower up for Jeff as he's desperately trying to get skirmishers up. I'd still like to see Jeff still go for knights. He has the food and gold for it. And another story in this thing is, although I liked Jeff's position better, now that Marshall's got the crossbow raids and the villager lead is a bit, the villager lead is now tied, and Jeff's idle TC time has skyrocketed now. It's 20 minutes to 15:30. It's Marshall's is now skyrocketing because he's producing from neither of his TCs now. But
his eco is also held up because they're all sitting in the TC.
Yeah. So Jeff, normally I'd be wary about my crossbowmen against feudal skirmishers, but Jeff was smart. He's getting the second armor upgrade for the skirmishers, and they are going to chase off this raid. So that was an excellent job of Marshall trying to slow down Jeff, but again, I don't think Marshall was making villagers he's still not making villagers during this whole raid. So that was basically for naught. We had, Marshall has... it's 44 vills to 44 vills, but because Marshall wasn't producing during that raid, that really only kicked dirt instead of produced a lead. And now Jeff is now invested in a counter unit for Marshall's push, and I say that raid was kind of not in Marshall's favor anymore. So I think
this...
Yeah.
What I think this is gonna come down to is who gets to imp first.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Marshall has imped. This is huge. So
I did not see that.
So now Jeff, because of having to respond to that push from Marshall and having to spend Jeff still has a ton of stone. Let's not be sad for him now. Jeff is 100% still in this. But one side effect of Marshall's raids is that he forced home castles from Jeff. So that not only is going to delay trebuchet pushes from Jeff, that's also going to prevent the central map control we said was going to be crucial to this matchup and this MegaRandom. I'm looking at Marshall's forward town center here, Helton, and we're seeing the consequence of all the gold on the map just being only 2 tiles.
Yep.
Look how quickly villagers are going through it. Marshall didn't even elect to build a mining camp because at this stage in the game, worker efficiency time is a bit less just because of how many villagers you have. I'm not sure I 100% agree with not saving the 100 wood, but I can see why he wouldn't. And Marshall is to imp, so what's he gonna do with this? He's got the castle up. We're probably gonna see conscription right off the bat, and trebuchets, and again, Jeff, I think, needs to buy food. Wow, look at that, right as I say it.
Yep. He knows he has to now, he doesn't have a choice.
But the thing is, going up the imp takes 3 minutes IGT, and unfortunately, Marshall isn't really going forward with this. Marshall still has a ton of wood. I'd love to see him make more production buildings down the center of the map to really quickly build up the army. I'd love to see more town centers as well. Marshall's been only on... Oh, Marshall's 4 TCs now. Never mind. Fuck, what am I saying? Jeff is still only on 2 TCs, though, because he is ruining his... I say ruining, but he is chewing through his wood reserves, getting all these farms up to be able to stably produce knights. Although, he only has 1 stable. And I think if Jeff gets his horse armor upgrades in, those knights are gonna go from getting deathballed to striking back. And I guess he has the skirmishers ready for the halbs. We'll see how Jeff's micro is against that. He might need to think of a different unit to counter the halbs with, but good micro and it should be fine. And we're gonna have one melting pot of a match here. Another mid castle going down for Jeff as he takes more resources in the middle.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, here comes the Trebs.
Gun.
Now, I missed if Marshall researched conscription first or not. He probably did.
I didn't see it.
No. Oh well. And Jeff can make another castle after this too. Jeff's stone income was excellent, and the amount of castle Jeff has is quite a bit. And Jeff is an imp right now, so is Jeff gonna skip conscription and go straight for Trebs? Yes, he will. He'll start making Trebs at a home castle. He should still get conscription anyways. floating a
He has
lot of
enough
resources.
castles.
Yeah,
He has enough castles.
and resources, because conscription is such a free upgrade, and there it is. He's getting conscription now. So sadly, Marshall lost his scout horse, so he doesn't really have any info on Jeff's army right now, as Jeff jockeys for position in the mid some more, taking that gigantic hill in the middle. And yeah, it's really gonna be who strikes first and who takes map control. If I'm Jeff, by the way, I'd be getting knights when I could afford them and just raiding with them. Just 2 knights around the side. Like, look at this. Marshall kind of gave up on his wall. He's building a house wall to the south here, but there's so much juicy eco here that is not towered or castled that 2 knights running havoc in his eco can completely stall him out, and I think Jeff can get the momentum back. And likewise for Marshall, plumed archers. Plumed archers are one of the best unique units in the game. They are so fast for being a ranged unit, and they're amazing for raiding, and I'd love to see that from Marshall, as well as these skirmishers are moving in against these halbs, trying to bait them into the castles. Jeff doesn't have crenellations up yet. I believe he has the stone for it. Crenellations costs 400 stone, and he's getting Teutonic Knights! Oh, I don't know if I agree with this or not, because Teutonic Knights don't have Pierce armor, and there's a lot of Arbalists on that hill now. But he's gonna go Teutonic Knights to counter the Halberdiers. We're gonna see, here they come. Yeah, look how quickly they go down to the Arbalists. I think that was a misplay on Jeff's part. Again, like, Teutonic Knights, they have the melee armor, but they don't have the pierce armor. Like I said, like, right now, what Jeff needs to do is focus his economy on wood and gold and go heavy into knights and skirmishers if he chooses skirmishers as his way to deal with halbs and rely on micro. And here comes a group of knights. Maybe Marshall, listen to me. I bet Marshall's going to be on high alert right now. And yeah, again, let's look at production buildings right now. Jeff only 1 stable. Jeff is now sitting at 2,100 wood now. He's got 41 on wood, and I'd love to see him pace production buildings all down the middle here, as we have elite skirmishers with the hill bonus against these arbalists with all of their upgrades. Again, you don't need bracer as the Teutons for your elite skirms to be good, since you rely on the bonus damage, and then you have knights as your main gold unit. So archery range under attack. Okay, there it is. So yeah, so Jeff's production buildings definitely need some work there. He's getting 5 archery ranges down in the mid. Okay, so this is the classic bait, because now Marshall can tech switch direct. Oh my god, he's hot. Okay, he's getting stables now. But if you're Marshall, you go Eagles now. You get barracks up and you tech into Eagles to completely eviscerate the skirmishers. You know,
how do Eagles do against Knights?
Oh, well, Knights are just the higher HP, higher damage, higher mobility unit, right? So they win handily. But it's all about adapting to the moment, right? Like, you make a couple of Eagles, and then you'll have to switch back out of them once Jeff's mass of knights gets back up to a point. Then you go back to Halb Arbalist, right? You have to constantly sort of switch up which rock, paper, or scissors you're throwing at your opponent, and keep them on your toes as much as they're keeping you on your toes.
I just took a look at Marshall's stone.
Oh yes! A big raid here coming, the 4 knights. I was talking about this earlier, and if Marshall doesn't react to this, this almost could be game winning. This is a big eco blow for Marshall, and Helton, if you want to help me out and look at the villager count as this raid is going on, this could be a huge momentum shift. Marshall does have the larger army, but with this raid, if Jeff can maintain control of the mid, Marshall seems to just be parking his ass right now instead of pushing up with all of these arbalists and trebuchets. Yeah, excellent raid from Jeff here, and yeah, it's gone unnoticed from Jeff, and the hill bonus for the arbalists are going to melt elite skirmishers no matter how many tens of pierce armor they have. And yeah, Another lumber camp going up here. We've seen no defensive pikemen from Marshall to prevent against this raid.
He has 4,000 stone and no defensive castle.
Oh my god! I just realized that. Marshall is sitting on so much stone and he's only on 1 castle. Holy shit. If I were him, I'd be getting a defense, like 2 defensive castles up stat right now.
Right,
and
just guard your eco with it and those knights can't bother you anymore.
Yeah, so Trebuchet is going down. Jeff has to do something about this, but that Arbalest Death Ball, that's 58 Arbalists right now, and they're just gonna one-shot. Jeff has to go siege at this point for onagers. It's just gotten to a point now where there's just way too damn many of them, and there's another castle pick. The crenellation strategy wasn't set up fast enough, unfortunately, and yeah, you've got to move back to this hill here. I assume he's getting those. No, he's not producing. Oh, he's got more skirmishers coming out. Jeff is sitting on so much wood right now. And Jeff's been only on 2 TCs this whole game. Marshall is on 4 as more. Oh my goodness, Marshall doesn't realize that his main TC is getting raided. He doesn't have anyone garrisoned right now.
Yep.
Tons
I've
of
noticed.
eco KD, but like, so this is turning into an all-in push from Marshall now. Since, man, again, like, if Jeff had more TCs, he's got a really nice wall off here. It looks like he's going south now to set up more base. Marshall is going forward with a forward castle. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Jeff is remembering that his blacksmith exists, and you can indeed get stuff from it. And Marshall still hasn't reacted to the raid at home, by the way. Jeff has the bill lead by, like, almost 20.
By 20 exact.
Yeah.
21.
Amazing stuff there from...
Oh, here he goes.
Okay, finally he reacts to it, and Jeff's gonna be like, alright, fine, I'll go back when you're not looking again. You got a wood line over there? You got something else? So yeah.
We just lost 1 knight.
Jeff has to go mangonels here. This is just too much of a mass of arbalists right now. He needs, like, siege onagers yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he got that forward castle up. I'd like to see him produce a couple more trebs out of that.
Yeah. So
He has so much food. Holy shit.
Yeah. So it looks like he does have crenellations researched. So these, the only problem is he doesn't have ballistics. So although they have the range, they won't have the accuracy. Defensive castle up. Yep. These knights have been the MVP for Jeff so far. But again, it's just like this army. Like, Jeff needs a huge mass of elite skirms. He needs more production buildings at home. And Jeff has the wood. I don't know why he's not pasting down A, like 4 more town centers, B, like 90 more stables and archery ranges, and C, more farms. Jeff has a ton of wood. He should not sell it. He should use it for town centers, production buildings, and farms in that order. Marshall's sort of stalled out his push right now. Marshall's arbalists are cheaper than ever with their team bonus, and this problem is just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Now again, there's going to be a bunch of time bought with these defensive castles that Jeff put down earlier, but Marshall's on the move.
I want to see him get a tasty raid.
Oh, tasty raid, dude. Speaking about tasty raid, Jeff still has 2 knights alive who are sitting in the bottom of the corner waiting for a better opportunity. And
I just looked at the side.
oh, for what Jeff's doing down here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's making... I'm blind, don't judge me. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, at this point you have what, 60 arbalists right there. You have a couple of trebs. Like, I don't see a reason to not push.
Yeah, it's just a huge death ball. Like, you're just giving your opponent time right now. And that time is not being put to waste as Jeff is now coming in with onagers. The problem is, unless these are better protected, I know he needs a lot more knights. He needs more production buildings.
Oh no.
Man.
Oh no.
How many trebs are gonna die here? Is he gonna lose all his trebs? No way! Get those onagers out of there, man! Oh man. Oh no, dude! You gotta get them under the castle. He doesn't have the critical mass yet. This Arbalest Death Ball is still just gonna one-shot anything. Jeff needs to buy himself time. Jeff has a ton of stone. He can get some more castles down and buy himself time, and oh no, Jeff trying to counter Treb right now, but this could be great. This could be great, because now that Arbalist squad is going to be out of position right now, because Marshall has right-clicked. This, watch this onager shot of the night right here. No, it missed most of them, dude! Oh no! He got like 5 or 6 of them. But again, just that death ball. He's only sending in units at a time, like sending knights and the multiple onagers right now. Jeff is probably sighing like, oh my god, he told me to go onagers and I used an onager and they died, but like the Arbalist death ball, man.
I really wish my my little trick worked. I really wish you could put petards in a siege tower.
Yep. 5! Oh my god. 5 siege workshops going up for Jeff right now, and he still only has the 1 stable. He's fine with siege workshops. That's an expensive unit as it is. I need to see that critical mass of knights from Jeff.
No, no,
Please.
what are you doing? Protect that. Protect it. What are you doing? There's
just...
only...
Oh my goodness. So, to be fair, I think these onager trades are still worth it, even though these are getting deathballed. But again, like, I want to see more knights. I want to see, like... Oh, speaking about I want to see more knights, I hear the 2 knights at Marshall's base having fun here. But yeah, I want to say thank you, Jeff, for getting more stables down. You were on 1 stables, and you need the knights in conjunction with the onagers to break this. You can't just trickle in onagers to get deathballed now. And Jeff and Marshall both have so much stone to use up. I want to see much more, many more castles, especially from Jeff, since he has put that the resources in for crenellations. But it's hopefully not too late here, as now we are deep into late Imperial Age right now. Jeff is still missing that final horse armor upgrade. Marshall's got everything he needs for archers, and he's not even bothering with Eagle Scouts, because he doesn't really even need them right now. Oh my goodness, these onagers are coming out of position! What are you doing? What are you doing? Get them back in the castle!
Eagles would counter the Megadolls, wouldn't they?
They would,
now that I'm thinking about it.
In an ideal world, now that Jeff is getting all of his knights out, Eagles would not be a smart idea right now. I mean, Marshall doesn't know that right now yet, as Marshall successfully trebs down another forward castle. Jeff, you need to have your knights with your onagers, please. Oh, man. As the Treb push is coming in here. So Jeff is being smart here. He's keeping his army back, but so is Marshall. He's got a contingent of pikemen here in the back. He's getting his armor upgrades now.
Oh, he didn't have his armor upgrade. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been good.
No, because like even with like, because the pikemen's slow attack, he'll get that initial poke off, and then the knights will get a bunch of other stuff. So, Jeff needs more castles. Jeff needs more castles, and Marshall needs to push with more castles. And the army's out of position, but the pikemen are here. Is Jeff going to get the trebs before all of his knights die? It looks like he won't, unfortunately, and I think this is just like...
There's a villager fight, by the way.
Oh, what, really? Oh, down here in the south? Oh, that's really funny.
I thought you just liked that tidbit.
See, this is why it's great to have a co-caster, is like, because you can help me point out stuff. He's getting a castle down!
Oh my god.
Oh, this castle will go up, because unfortunately you can't cube move with villagers, so there's no way you're going to stop this, so I just castle is one. There is the concede from Jeff, so I think this all boiled down to Jeff's army control right now. Just, unfortunately, like, not having his army under... I think he just underestimated the power of an Arbalist Death Ball and sort of kept trickling in too early. And that's how he kept losing his onagers. He had 1 stables for the longest time. He really needed to rely on knights and calves as his main gold unit. But I'm sure the moment that I unmute him right now, he's going to tell me exactly what he thinks about that advice. Everyone's unmuted now.
Where is the gold? I can't build knights if I don't have gold,
You have
man.
just sell stone. You
I
guys are
know,
sitting on
I
so
know.
much stone, it's not even funny. But
And you're like, build more castles, and I'm just like, yeah, but they just get trebbed down because I can't get anywhere close to his trebs because he's got like 50 arbalists on them.
dude, Arbalest deathball, man.
GG's, Jeff. That was a good game. I actually thought like I knew I had the upper hand. Like when I dropped my first castle and pushed you with trebs, I was like, I'm doing well. And then I got so distracted with other bullshit that by the time I came back to like attacking you, I was like, he's got to have like a whole fucking his own army and like more castles.
What's the
Like,
eco KD?
Oh, it's disgusting for you. It's 20-7 for villager kills.
Yeah,
Those
I
knights did
literally
work.
didn't even know. Like it took Jeff mentioning me getting raided more than once for me to realize I was
Yes.
actually getting raided.
I know, and every time you mentioned it, I go back to see if you'd react and be like, nope. I'm like, all right, fine. And then finally, I see them start moving to the TC. I'm like, ah, okay.
Yeah, I was so fucking salty. Ah. Oh well.
Yeah. Those were amazing raids, though, Jeff. Like, that's what you got to do to
funny.
slow down the push.
Except it did. Well, no, it did something. But yeah, no, it was just like gold income was the hardest thing. I mean,
everything was too. Helton and I were talking about that earlier. Like, I think it was Helton that pointed.
We heard. Don't worry, we heard.
Tiles.
Yep. That was the first thing I noticed. That every gold.
That was
Yeah,
some helpful info because I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny.
Game 2.
Fun.
What time? I don't think I have time for game 2.
Damn.
No, I don't have time for game 2.
Oh well.
I built more castles.
Yeah, you did.
I
did end with
let that one down there go up on top of your stone because fuck you.
That was when he tried to fight it.
I didn't even see that when I GG'd, and after I'm looking at the map, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. It's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.